Hey there, Richard Matharoo here. So you're either an entrepreneur, you're considering becoming one, building a business. What are the really kind of nitty-gritty practical tips that I could give you as a six-figure earner, as an entrepreneur, having gone from scratch, that would really assist you, avoid you making massive mistakes, play to your strengths, and scale and grow a business to be proud of? I'll be right back with those practical tips. Stay tuned. Okay, so I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years now. I've seen a lot of ups and downs, thankfully mainly ups, and this last 7 years we've scaled really quickly and gone to six figures, and that's working from home as a one-man band. So this has been a really fruitful journey. It's allowed me to provide the kind of lifestyle I've always deserved and desired for my family, but it hasn't always been that way, and I've definitely learned a lot that I want to kind of share with you so you can grow your business as quick as possible. So step number one, I would say trust nobody. It's just realistic. I don't want to start in the negative, but I feel it's my duty to give you this information first. My wife and I built a health club up to a large business. I was only a young man, I was naive, and I put trust in other people. I thought, because if I shake your hand, that means as much to me as a contract ever will, right? That's the way I was brought up. Your name, your reputation, when you give your word, it's your word. It's like, it's the right thing to honor it. Not everybody feels that way. So I had a guy come and shake my hand on my premises. He bought the lease of the building we had. Hey, no worries, no problems, you're safe here. And then we got our business taken away from us. We got turfed out, legal battles. I lost everything and got £50,000 worth in debt fighting that battle. Now, if I hadn't have trusted that person, what I should have done is been less naive. If I'd have had this advice and said, Richard, this is what I would say to myself. When it comes to money, it's got to be in black and white. It's got to be on a contract. It's got to be written down. It's got to be legally, binding. Otherwise, it doesn't mean nothing. It really does. It may do to people like you and I, but unfortunately, there's a minority out there that it doesn't. And if you're unlucky enough to come across that minority and it be something pivotal in your business, then you really do leave yourself open to lose a lot, and really in an unfair way. And I wouldn't want that to happen to you. So, position yourself to win and be secure in that. Things got to be in black and white. Another way that you can secure your business, and step number two, and kind of advice piece number two, is to spread your risk in how you're building and growing your business. As an entrepreneur, you're going to have some kind of product or service. You're going to need to position that in front of an audience, and you're going to have a way to kind of send that audience to that offer. If you, even with the creator of the iPhone, but you could never show enough people or even show anyone that phone, you wouldn't make any sales because no one's seen it, no one's aware of it. And this is where most businesses fall short, especially new entrepreneurs. They rely on one single source for their business. Okay, if you are saying, I'm going to build my business on Facebook, that's cool, but and what else? Because you don't own Facebook. Hey, I'm going to build my business on YouTube. Well, that's cool. I love YouTube, obviously. I use this as part of my business. But what else, right? Because YouTube, I don't own YouTube. They suddenly may come to me and say, Richard, I don't like the look of your face. Don't have to give you a reason, you're off, right? Nothing I can do about that. I don't own the channel. So when thinking about building your business, especially where you generate these leads from, where do you host that kind of information that you share with them? How do you make the sale and give the aftercare and the service and support? Are these things fluid? Are you able, if Facebook shuts you down, to just divert a bit more energy into another source that you've already got working for you? So I have multiple sources that build my business. I have a podcast, I have a YouTube channel, social media channels, I have a blog, I have all sorts of different avenues that point towards increasing my revenue. Now, should one of those unfortunately be taken away from me, it's a tiny adjustment to take that effort and energy and just put it into the next channel. And something I would say for sure right from the start is you want to have your own website. All these channels, social media channels, YouTube, whatever it is you're using, face-to-face marketing, cold calling, giving out business cards, leaflets, they all want to point towards something that you own. See, when you build a website, you do own that. As long as you don't do something illegal, that's your business, your online real estate that you own. And from that website, you want to be building an audience. This is kind of, we're flowing through in practical information here. Set yourself up to be secure, spread your risk in terms of growth, and now when you start looking at that growth, make sure you divert that growth and attention to the right areas, and that's building an audience and attention. Not everybody's going to want to buy from you straight away. I find that out painfully when I first set up on my own. I showed 328 people. Everyone I knew I invited to look at my business, 328 said, yeah, I'll take a look. None of them bought a single thing from me, not a damn thing. I was like, ouch, that is painful. But what have I done with that attention? What have I done with those presentations? Well, nothing. Who knows if they ever got interested again? Who knows if they had additional questions? I wasn't able to keep in communication with them on a professional basis. What I should have done and what I do nowadays is build an audience. Hey, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hey, like my Facebook page. Jump on my email list, especially your email list, because again, you own that. So we're pointing all these kind of satellites of social media channels and likes on Facebook and follows on YouTube, you know, subscribes on YouTube. We're pointing those people and saying, hey, if you visit my website, enter your information there and I can keep in contact with you. Give them something away and give them a reason to do that. So you'll see, if you want to see a practical example of that, if you go to richardmatharoo.com, my website, you'll be able to see how I do this, how I kind of move people to give them real true value in exchange for their email. What that allows me to do is see who's actually serious. I mean, if someone's not going to give their email, they're not going to take any action. It's pointless, right? But also allows me to keep in contact with that person, special offers, new deals, loyalty offers, news, announcements, building value with videos like this. I can grow that business because I have control of that flow of information. So you're keeping yourself secure. You're managing your risk. You're making sure that attention that you generate is being pushed towards the right areas to build an audience. Something else that I would say, just a couple more for you, is really look outside of just specific business and look at yourself as a person. This is a powerful one. See, everywhere you go, there you are. And if you have personal issues, they're going to show up in your business exaggerated. Like I had an issue for quite some time with kind of like anger. You know, I lost my grandfather, unfortunately. He was like my father to me. I didn't have a father growing up. So my grandfather was my father figure. There's no good way to lose a family member, right? But he didn't go in a good way at all. So that made me angry. This was a good man, a good guy. Everybody loved him. He was a kind guy. Why did that happen? And I felt like I was left alone. So I carried that around with me for quite some time. And I didn't realize at the time, but it was impacting everything I did in my life, including my business. See, if you don't want to get out of bed in the morning, if you're angry inside, if you're frustrated at a conversation you've never had with somebody, if you feel somebody wronged you, if you need to say something to somebody, if there's that overhanging kind of backpack of bricks that you're carrying around with you, it's with you in the shower, it's with you when you sleep, it's with you when you're in your business. It's holding you back from fulfilling that potential. Imagine if you and I were to go in a race, you know, a 100-meter sprint, and you had a back. I said, hey, you've got to carry these bricks. You're going to go, what? You're going to say, what? That's not fair, Richard. You don't have any extra weight. I'm carrying bricks. How's that a fair match? Well, it's not. So don't be unfair to yourself in becoming an entrepreneur, trying to kind of gloss over these cracks. They're just going to come bursting through the top like a tectonic plate. There's going to be an earthquake when it finally cracks and that fault line separates. You either have to accept the situation and forgive it, forget it, move on. If you can't do that, you need to solve it by having a conversation, coming to terms with it, getting some counseling, whatever it needs to happen to allow you to kind of heal that wound so you can move forward and fee. I always say, like when I explain this to my clients, it's like if you've seen the movie Forrest Gump, when he has those leg braces taken off, he can finally run. That's how you feel when you solve those personal kind of problems that you may have. And taking it, kind of elaborating on this point, as a person, as an entrepreneur, you want to adopt entrepreneur habits. Do you have a morning routine? Do you visualize? Do you meditate? Do you have a practical hour-by-hour allocation of your time on a daily basis? Do you do things like chunk your time, where you are able to kind of put tasks into one area? Just basically be practical and productive. Okay, you can't go around watching Netflix for 5 hours a day, you know, and like not really spending time, procrastinating, not really having a clear focus, no strategy, no quarterly goals, no yearly goals, no testing, no tracking of your results, no decent sleep, eating the wrong foods, being unhealthy, carrying this emotional baggage behind and going, I wonder why my business is failing. It's like if you sat on the sofa for a year and ate pizza and did nothing else, and you wouldn't get up and go, why am I fat? Well, the actions dictated the results. As an entrepreneur, the beauty of it is you're in control of your income. You can write your own check. You can also set out your day. You can also look at how you use your time. So really start to master the skills of communication, of practicality, of productivity. And if you look on my YouTube channel, you'll see a whole bunch of videos for free. Well, YouTube is free, of course they're free, to help you on all of that, okay? If you like this video, give it a like. I hope these tips helped you. If you took even one of them was like, oh yeah, that would be useful for me, then I've done my job. I hope that all of them were useful, but one particular would be cool. Let me know in the comments. Again, if you want to kind of see the way I build my business, you're welcome to use me as kind of like a case study for yours at richardmatharoo.com. You'll find additional bonus training like this for there as well. Go create a day in a life that counts. Always have more desires and excuses. I hope I've helped you in some way today. I look forward to seeing your success. Bye for now, my friend.